Pakistan, a country of contrast, of plains and rich farmlands, of great waterways and of desert, with rugged mountains on the fringes of the Himalayas. One of the oldest civilizations with a history going back over 4,000 years, is a country where tradition is strong, despite the urge for change. But there's power to speed the change and to irrigate a thirsty land. Likewise, universities and schools to satisfy another thirst. To this independent country of the Commonwealth, in February 1961, came Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth as a guest. To this welcome from the people of Karachi, who cheered her as she drove with President Ayub Khan on the start of one of the most memorable phases in her recent tour of the subcontinent. Accompanied by Prince Philip, it was fitting that the Queen's first engagement should be to visit the site of the memorial to Mahomed Ali Jinnah, the founder of this country, which became a republic 5 years ago. At a reception held in the Freya Gardens, the Queen was able to meet personally some of Karachi's citizens.
You can look forward to a great future. Industry and commerce are expanding rapidly, while the university, technical colleges and schools are growing daily. My husband has already seen the new township of Korangi, where so much has been done for the people who had been living and struggling to bring up their children in pitiful surroundings. This is only a part of the great development schemes, which are as impressive as that of any city in the world.
The young people of Korangi Township danced their welcome for Prince Philip. Karachi is the principal seaport of West Pakistan, and it was here that the Queen went aboard a minesweeper to review ships of the Pakistan Navy. The British Royal Navy's submarine tactician was there. The President's palace was illuminated with a galaxy of lights when the Field Marshal was host at a banquet for his royal guest. From Karachi, the journey led northwest to Peshawar. For some 2,000 years, Peshawar has been a focal point on the main trade route from Central Asia. While in Peshawar, it was natural that the Queen should want to visit the Khyber Pass. At Jamrut, at the beginning of the pass, she met some of the Maliks, the local leaders. A friendly welcome from men whose way of life is as tough and uncompromising as the rocky aspect of their country. Historically, no pass can claim such importance as the Khyber. It's still the gateway to the subcontinent, whether you travel the modern or the ancient way. The invading army of Alexander the Great marched down from the mountains over 2,000 years ago. Through succeeding centuries, it has been a route of invasion, a frontier to defend. In the past, Britain has played her part in defense of the northwest frontier, but today men of the Pakistan army stand on guard. Now history is being made here once again as the Queen comes to survey the bleak, forbidding landscape where so many of her countrymen have served. The governor of West Pakistan accompanied the royal party. From the past to the future, a promise of plenty in the waters contained by the Warsak Dam on the Kabul River. The Queen came to see one of the most dramatic results of Pakistan's first 5-year plan. This dam, built with assistance from Canada under the Colombo Plan, has been described as a monument to the friendship between the two countries. It's also a monument to Pakistan's determination in tackling her problems. Besides power for the new industries, it'll bring water to many thousands of barren acres. And to illustrate these changing times, 8,000 tribesmen, born into traditions of frontier fighting, helped to build it. A 2-day holiday in the beautiful valley of Swat was next on the program. At the Wali's palace, the Queen met some of Swat's leading citizens. A love of horses and horsemanship is firmly established in Pakistan, and the Queen is always happy to attend the races or a show. In Lahore, she was to see both. Here it was the famous annual horse show. The President and the Governor of West Pakistan escorted Her Majesty. A charming tribute from a young Pakistani before the program began. Parade, which included foreign and Pakistan thoroughbred horses, took half an hour to pass. prize Pakistan cattle made a fine show. This traditional sport of tent pegging demands tremendous skill and provides a thrilling display of daring horsemanship. Prizes to winners of the many events and classes were distributed by Her Majesty. Something which reflects the dramatic developments which are changing the face of Pakistan is this site on which will rise a great new city. In 5 years' time, secretariat buildings, a presidential palace, and thousands of houses will transform this empty vista into Islamabad, the future capital of Pakistan. This was a torchlight tattoo performed in Lahore by the West Pakistan Rangers. Service at Lahore's Cathedral of the Resurrection was attended by the Queen. She was accompanied by the Bishop of Lahore, who conducted the service. One of the great shrines of Islam is the Badshahi Mosque. Nearly 90% of Pakistan's 80 million people are Muslims, and this mosque is said to be the largest in the world. Her Majesty paid a tribute here at the tomb of the poet Iqbal, who conceived the idea of an independent Islamic state of Pakistan. The beautiful Shalimar Gardens, where the Queen and Prince Philip attended a reception given in their honor by the citizens. The Queen had the chance to express her appreciation. "It's a very great pleasure for me," she said, "to see Lahore for myself, and especially this famous and lovely garden." And she went on, "Many men and women of the United Kingdom have spent their lives in Lahore in the service of your university and other institutions of learning and research. This fruitful connection goes back many years. I am glad we are still able to help in the training of Pakistani doctors, scientists, and technicians, whether in the United Kingdom or here in Pakistan. our Commonwealth is based on the principle of mutual help and trust. At the city's Red Fort, the Queen attended a rally by Girl Guides. This was a chance for the young people to give her an ovation. The Queen then accepted the gift of some beautifully made dolls before her young hosts began a display of dancing. To commemorate her visit to the Lahore races, Her Majesty had presented a trophy, the Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup. Caesar II won her Challenge Cup in an exciting finish. Always a keen spectator, the Queen is an enthusiastic horsewoman herself. The delightful Gulistani Fatima Gardens made an ideal setting for a reception given by the ladies of Lahore. The gardens were named after Fatima Jinnah, sister of the country's founder. The Queen saw some of Pakistan's national costumes. Then a performance of village dances. In the words of the program, the graceful village girls come forth to draw water from the well, to churn butter, to grind corn, or merely to eat sugarcane and braid each other's hair. A folk song and a dance when work is done. Now to another great experience, to East Pakistan, where cheering crowds at Daccas airport echo the ovation of the West. With typical warmth and enthusiasm, the people were determined to equal and, if possible, to surpass the welcome given by their countrymen 1,000 miles away. That evening, there was a firework display in her honor. An unforgettable day. Unforgettable, too, is the impact on the traveler of the growth of industry in recent years. Pakistan's chief export is jute, and 14 new mills have been built by the Development Corporation. Good living conditions underline the advantages which a growing economy can provide. There was a great welcome for the Queen when she came to see for herself this great industry and the people concerned in it. This, incidentally, is considered to be the largest jute mill in the world. With a far-seeing program of industrialization, Pakistan can look to the future with confidence. Chittagong and more crowds to cheer Her Majesty on her journey. A vast gathering at the citizens' reception heard the Queen's address.
My husband and I have been most touched by the welcome you have given us since we arrived at Chittagong this morning, particularly because your hearts and minds must still be full of the disasters which struck you last October. I am so glad that the contributions we have been able to make from both government and private sources have been of some help to you.
East Pakistan is a land of waterways around the Ganges Delta, and this delightful riverboat, the Mary Anderson, gave the Queen some vivid memories to take home. Well over half the population lives in East Pakistan, and many millions of villagers use these waterways as their main highway. To round off the trip, a pathway of rose petals, a final tribute to a Queen whose personality had created such a deep impression on all those who had seen and talked with her. A Queen who had been welcomed with spontaneous warmth and affection by millions of Pakistanis.
This has been a most memorable fortnight. I should like to say how much we have been impressed by all that we have seen during our visit. We have also been able to meet many citizens of every kind in all these places. We shall take away with us a rich store of memories of the beauty of Pakistan and of the warm friendship of her men and women.